Hey everybody, Stu Smith here, going live. Hope you guys are well. Today's our CSS critique show, but before we get into showing some videos and me talking about them, let's chat a little bit about consistency, because consistency is king, I'm telling you. Why showing up matters more than anything else. Just being consistent, showing up for your workouts, not skipping workouts. The worst you can do is be a consistent workout skipper, especially if you are on this journey to crush fitness tests and selection programs that follow. You have to enjoy the grind, and that means putting out even when you don't want to. And now there's rest that is important as well. And there's a fine line between should I rest or should I put out because I don't feel like working out. That's something you're going to have to figure out yourself. Sometimes and here's how you make the determination if you made the right decision. Always assess yourself. So, if you go do a workout and you're before the workout you didn't feel like it, right? That's pretty common, believe it or not. A lot of us don't feel like going to do a workout at this set time, but you go do it anyway. Assess yourself in that workout. How were you? Did you have a good run pace? Did you hit a new PR in lifting or calisthenics? Um, those are situations where you can now say, okay, I didn't feel like working out, but I still did really well. Or it could be the flip side. It could be like, man, I suck today. Um, but I got it done, so that's good. And it is. So yeah, that's that's pretty much how you assess. If you have a good day, chalk it up to, hey, let's go work out anyway. If you had a bad day, probably needed a day off, but you didn't take it. That's what, take your day off tomorrow, right? Give yourself some time to recover, eat well, sleep well that night. Maybe you don't need a day off. Maybe you just needed to work on your recovery tools. And I always tell people your number one and number two recovery tool that you can uh, use to set yourself up right is eating and sleeping. Hydrating too. That's part of eating. Um, so anyway, that's kind of where this is, and just being consistent. Even if you say you're not feeling it. My advice is give the warm up a chance. See how you feel with a little warm up, hitting a warm up jog, seeing how you feel after that. If that doesn't get the kinks out for you, then you may need to take it easy that workout. However, if you're feeling like, all right, that's all I really needed, and I would probably say 8, 9 times out of 10, that is what most people feel. If they can just get through the warm up, 9 times out of 10, they are ready to go train now, versus feeling like, I just don't feel it today. And all they really need to do is just warm up. So I always tell people, like, give it 10 minutes. Give your warm up 10 minutes to actually work for you. Warm your body up, get you in that mindset of training, get your body ready for training. Next thing you know, boom, you're ready to train. But if you're feeling like crap still after the warm up, drop it down a notch. Maybe replace that workout with a mobility day or just an easy cardio day or something. Or go take a day off, go back to sleep. There's nothing wrong with that. You just don't want to do it too often. I would say, looking at this last year, I probably have felt like I needed to assess myself after the warm up probably close to 40% of the time. And then probably 80% of the time, I went ahead and did the workout anyway. And then somewhere in that 20%, I either did a mobility day in place of the workout, or I took it really easy and just walked and stretched. So almost like a mobility day as well. So that's for me and my old self. Maybe I wouldn't have felt that way at 20, but I can tell you right now, it works for me. So find out what works for you. You may have a different percentage of how that works. All right, so that's enough of me chatting about consistency, but consistency is going to get you there no matter what. Just be consistent, not consistently bad. All right, so hey, so Ethan says, I owe you a lot for my success in the military. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, Ethan. Thanks for serving. That's awesome. So where are we now on comments? I got no comments over here on Instagram and none over here on YouTube. So that's all right. You want to just go ahead and go right into the CSS critiques? Because we can do that. Let me pull them up real quick. I wasn't expecting to go in this early, but that's okay. I'm ready, and I got some good ones for you, and I want to show you two right off the bat of a really good swimmer. This is a swimmer that is a competitive swimmer, and this is a good stroke that I want to show you guys, but also show you the two little things that competitive swimmers tend to get wrong. So if you're not used to what I do on Tuesdays I show some videos of people swimming. I critique them live and hopefully find somebody that has a similar issue and you can fix it watching me do these critiques. So let me go ahead and share my screen and pull up my videos I sent myself. All right, we'll go big here.
Double arm pull.
All right,
that's
so
nice.
this is, got to make sure this is the right one. Kicks off the wall. I posted this the other day on TikTok and Instagram.
One stroke. Hold that glide.
Yes, this is the one he did first. So when people come in to swim with us, I say, all right, let me see what you think the CSS is. Nice. So this is a competitive swimmer.
Hold that glide. Hold that
and if
glide.
you notice, he's got a scissor kick and a bunch of flutter kicks after each time. Right? So this is a fast swim. I mean, this is a 41-second swim, which if you do the math on that, that's sub 7 right there. You know what? I think I got volume on here I need to turn down. A little distracting. Sorry about that. So we'll do it one more time. Let's get it from this turnaround. All right, good. Kick off the wall. Double arm pull looks solid. Transitions into the stroke real well. I mean, he's only going to do like 5 strokes. But if you notice, he's got constant flutter kicks there. A little bit of a glide. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi pull. That's pretty good. So, you know, for a swimmer, this is kind of common, right? Little extra flutter kicks, probably because he's good at flutter kicking. So he can actually get in some good distance with these flutter kicks. However, it can wear your hip flexors out, make you a little bit weaker for sit-ups, and may make your legs a little bit more tired for the PST. And swimmers typically need to save something for the run because they tend to suck at running. That's a generality that I've just seen constantly repeated. So what we do here, and let me show you how we fixed it. So just to let you know, that was 6 strokes in 40 seconds. I think I stopped it a second right when he touched. So yeah, about 40 seconds. So he's at 40 seconds there. So let me share this again. This is his second one.
Solid. Double arm pull.
And if you notice, all we did here was fix his glide. Like he's no longer flutter kicking during the glide. This is the same double arm pull, kicks off the wall, transitions into the stroke, really good. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi pull. Got his glide time down perfectly, and he's not kicking. So the thing I wanted to show you is that even though he is a good flutter kicker, Probably spent many hours a day practicing with a kickboard in his hand, just flutter kicking across the pool for hundreds of yards. Even though he's good at flutter kicking, most non-swimmers are not good at flutter kicking and just waste time. He still did this in 41 seconds. So let's see where he crosses the line here. Damn, he might have been a little bit faster. I think the video is 41 seconds, but he's about right at the same time. So as you can see, those little flutter kicks did not make him faster. Right? If it doesn't make a swimmer faster, what do you think it makes a non-swimmer do? Just be more tired and not faster. Some people are faster with it. They can, if you can maintain it for a whole 500-yard swim, but most people can't maintain it for 500 yards and they quit doing it, or they just get slower because now they're more tired. So anyway, that was a little strategy lesson there. There's nothing wrong with this guy's stroke. Whether he takes out the flutter kicks or not, he's still going to be low sevens, maybe even break 7 on his swim. So that's pretty good there. So let's see what else we got. Those are probably the ones of the best swimmer here. Let's see what we got here. Kicks off the wall. Let's see how this looks. Kicks off the wall. Double arm pull. It's all right. It's kind of angled in the water a little bit too deep for sure. Okay, he's not doing the CSS. He's doing underwater swim. Now, he's got a good pull, but if you notice, kick and glide's a little bit weak. And he comes up not even all the way across the pool. So my advice for here is try not to lose all this momentum, right? So big double arm pull, that's a good, you got to pull and a push. I like that. Only thing is you don't have a good kick and arm recovery. So if you're going to do the underwater swim, you want to kick. In fact, let me put it right back here. After you double arm pull, your now job is to just kick and get streamlined quickly so you can glide a little bit more out of that kick. Like you don't even get a yard out of your kick. You should be able to at least get a body length out of it. So that was something I was not. Oh, you know what? I just went through all of that and didn't share my screen. Damn it. Sorry about that. So this is what I was just talking about. I'm not going to overdo it here. As you can see here, there's no kick and recovery of this. So kicks off the wall, that's good. Double arm pull, pretty good. Kind of angled weird at the bottom there, but that's all right. Underwater swims can be a little bit tricky whenever you got a full chest of air. As you can see, there's just no kick after the double arm pull. Kick and recovery. You just got to work on your kick and recovery. All right, now, my bad on the not showing it that first time. Let's see what we got here. Got another one here. Should be a good one. Let's see. All right, so you guys can see this. I like this stroke. Kick off the wall, double arm pull, smooth. This is about a 48-second 50. Top arm, bottom arm, kick, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, pull. Good, I like that. Could have a little bit tighter freestyle catch, like try to grab more water with your forearms. But this is really good. Good, double arm pull, transitions. No loss of momentum there. No real need to take it out since that's pretty good. I like this backside kick. Top leg goes forward, bottom leg goes backwards. Meet in the middle, no extra flutter kicks. Solid glide, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, pull. Nice! Yeah, this is good. Let's watch it a little bit more. Yeah, that's a tight recovery on that kickoff. Yeah, good streamline. I really don't have anything to fix on this one. It's a 48-second 50, so that gives you 8-minute swim, which is A+ in my book. All right, let's just keep on rolling. since questions are kind of at a minimum anyway. I think I got like 6 videos to share with you guys, so let's see what this one looks like. All right, so we go here. Kick off the wall, decent. Double arm pulls, decent. Kick and recover. Top arm, bottom arm, kick. Top arm, bottom arm, kick. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, pull. I like it. Then you probably see how you kind of shorten that top stroke there and kind of bring it in here. Let's take it out there, grab some water like you're really trying to reach over a barrel, throw that water behind you. So it's something called the freestyle catch you need to use with that top arm, where a lot of people go wrong is they tend to do this little thing and they bring it in real close to them. They wind up not pulling as much water as if they actually reach down, like treat that elbow to hand like an oar, get that thing in the water almost vertically, pull hard on it. But I will say this isn't bad. This is a minute 20 100, which, is that right? No, can't be. It's not that fast. This is a minute 20 75. So let's see where his minute is. See where his lap is. So he's right, yeah, he's about yard per second. So let's see if he's coming around at that yard per second zone. So if he's right here at 50, 59, yeah, that's good. So 75 seconds, yeah, 75 yard per second, coming around a little bit slower on that third one. So this isn't bad at all. I like this. I think you could probably go a little faster with a harder top arm pull and just use something called the freestyle catch. So look into that freestyle catch. All right, let's see. I think I have one more. Yep, one more. I'm not sure if this one's a good one or not. Let me go ahead and share this one. All right, so volume down here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Might have shown this one last week. Now that I realize might have gotten mixed up with this one. See that top arm or that the head popping up? You don't want to do that. So he's got a good top arm pull, bottom arm pull. I like good kick, good glide. It's just whenever you come up to breathe, don't treat it like you're doing a breaststroke on your side breathing, right? Your whole head does not need to come out of the water. All it needs to do is turn and be right here, just like freestyle. So this is what we got here? 25 yards in 26 seconds. Or 30, I can't read that. I think it says 26. So not bad as far as speed is concerned, because you have good everything else. Your kick and your glide's great. Top arm pull, bottom arm pull's great. It's just you'd be a lot smoother with turning your head to breathe like in freestyle versus popping it up like you're doing. So let's looks like there's a lot of questions now. Ethan asks, have you ever trained with the Foreign Legion? I have not. Team I'm on in the amphibious commando unit. We have trained with Marine Scout swimmers and team guys in San Diego past few. No, we did some training with the SBS Brits and the SBS Aussies. Worked with the Spanish, the Italians, the French. But I never worked with the French Foreign Legion. Let's see. Seems the Marines and the Legion especially are forming a pretty tight bond. Always cool to come back to the States and see your own countrymen. That's cool. I saw a video the other day of a SEAL who later joined the Legion. Yeah, there's a couple out there actually, I think. Um, all right, so you guys are talking about Legion stuff over there. Let's talk about fitness stuff over here. What's your experience with submarines during your time in the team? So I was on SDV team, so we deployed with submarines and parked our mini sub on their big sub. So about as much experience with submariners as you want. Great guys, very smart, know how to do their job. Um, Different mindset than SEALs, though, but we somehow got along. Um, Hey Stu wanted to ask about the main difference between fall winter lift cycle book and the Navy SEAL weight training book. Not sure which one to start once the new semester takes off. Both are winter lift cycles, so I don't have a copy of the Navy SEAL weight training one. So basically, if you look at my library of workouts, I have the fall winter spring summer combo. There's 2 seasons in this one. Um, the other ones is this is a spring one. You also have fall, winter, summer. Um, you know, tactical fitness and tactical strength are a years of both spring, summer, fall, winter. Um, Navy SEAL Complete Guide Navy SEAL Fitness would be considered a spring, summer cycle, and Navy SEAL weight training would be considered a fall winter cycle. And I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I would say I started doing the periodization models with the seasons back in 2000, 2001. Um, and they were primarily just for me um, at first, just to recover from almost 30 years of beating myself with athletics and contact sports and spec ops training and spec ops job. I just needed a system to help myself recover better versus redlining everything year after year. And that's what they are. As far as a difference, they are all similar, but they are different years of workouts. So I would say Navy SEAL weight training book is probably around 2011. This one right here is 2023. This spring training here is probably 2022. This one right here is 2019. Tactical fitness, tactical strength is 2017, 2018. Trying to think what else I have. Oh, increase strength, crush the PST is 2021. I think we did this one during COVID. So anyway, that's how I create programming. It's kind of like what we did that year, and had a lot of people succeed with it. And as long as people are seeing results, I'll make it a generic training program for other people to try. So these are my training programs that I did those years specifically, along with coaching other guys that are going spec ops and other jobs, and I turned them into books. That's basically how I've been operating for 20 plus years now. All right. Okay. So that's the main difference. I will say the main difference is since 2020, I started the block periodization model. So this is considered a block periodization model where it's 3 weeks of lifting, 1 week of cows and cardio, kind of like a week deload from the lifting. This one, seasonal tactical fitness, same thing. It's a block periodization model. This one's just in reverse. 3 weeks of cows and cardio, 1 week of lifting to maintain those hard-earned gains in the spring from that winter lift cycle. This one has no block periodization in it. It is straight. Wouldn't say it's linear, but it is progressive each time. There's no real deload. If you need a deload, you take one whenever you feel like you need one. It's not programmed into it. So that's probably the biggest difference between anything written before 2020. Because 2020 is when I started doing the block periodization model. And all of them work. It's just really kind of up to you and your ability to recover. Some people need a little deload week to actually see some improvements in things that they suck at doing. Good question though. Good morning. Thank you for all your service. Regular guy here, almost 50. Welcome to the club. I've been doing cows and cardio interim for 11 weeks. Just weighed in, lost 20. Oh, nice, man. Good job. I love to hear that. That cows and cardio book, man, I tell you, not much to it as far as equipment and gear needed. There's some long workouts in there that require some time commitment, but if you just be consistent with that thing, I've seen young and old do really well. Whether that is preparing for like spec ops prep using that cows and cardio, kind of like a beginner intermediate mode, and then taking it into that advanced level. And then young and old too, using it as kind of like, I need to get back started again. Let's do this. Here's a little beginner intermediate build up. And then they go in and crush that advanced section in the book. It's one of my favorites. And I tell you, after COVID, when everybody's gym closed, that was a fun one to talk about because everybody was doing it. I had created it in the fall of 2019, and I guess everything shut down in the spring of 2020. So it was nice to have for people to build their home gym with a few dumbbells and a pull-up bar. That's all you really needed. Another question, Stu. I was wondering if you knew my dad, Team 2 and 4, 185, got out in 22. Joe Neely. I remember a Neely, absolutely, because I was there at 182, so 185 would have been there, and if he got rolled at all, he's probably in an earlier class. But I do remember a Neely, absolutely. In fact, we might even been in rollback land together now that I think about it. Small world. It's 25 yards, 3 feet to is a 25-yard pool, 3 feet to 5 foot, okay to train in, or is this too small? No, 25 yards is great. Great for swimming, not great for treading. You might be able to tread in 5 feet though. I can. Treading in 3 feet is probably not doable. Is it possible to get in shape and buds in 3 months? Well, it really depends. I've seen guys do it in 3 months, but they came into training like post D1 lacrosse player athlete. So they had all this athletic history that brought them to this point, and now they just had to fine tune a few things and get in shape in 3 months and go to buds. Like pass the swim and learn how to tread, get some pool confidence. Absolutely, all that can be done in 3 months. Get a little faster on the mile and a half. Get your calisthenics up a little higher. But then you can rely on your strength, the training that you've been doing for years to get you through the hard parts of buds. But probably the shortest I've ever seen is about 3 months. Most people take 6 to a year. Hey, Stu, for RAS, do you take your PT test first day you see your recruiter? Not that I know of. I don't. In fact, to my knowledge, most of the Army guys didn't have to take a fitness test until they were in the Army, like post boot camp type stuff. But I could be wrong. Army does a little bit different than spec war programs in Navy and Air Force. My question got skipped over. Oh, here we go. For the Rucking and the Marines SF books, should you be aiming for 15-minute mile pace? That's your slowest you want. I would suggest being able to walk a 15-minute mile pace, like power walk it. But if you're going competitive, some of the Ranger SF, Marine Corps standards, you're going to want to get that mile pace, down to a 12-minute at least, which isn't running. It's just a short stride shuffle. So go a little faster. 15 minutes is the minimum standard, and you never want to strive for the minimum standard. Yeah, he was at Team 4. I was at SDV Team 2, which is right across the parking lot from Team 4. So we actually shared a gym back in those days with Team 4. So I was there in the 90s, early to mid 90s. Let's see. Let's see here. What else we got? A couple more questions. Far Result says, great answer. Thank you. I'm looking to add some strength and size since I already use the Navy Complete Guide to Navy SEAL Fitness in the spring. I think the fall winter lift cycle is the move. Yeah, I think that will help you. And it will also, my lift cycles are completely different than anybody who says they have a lift cycle, because I'm not just trying to build strength only, right? If I was trying to build strength only for like a power lifter, I wouldn't have running and swimming involved at all, right? It'd be like 5-minute rest in between sets and stuff like that. That's not what we're looking for in the spec ops world and tactical fitness. You still need strength, but you also need to maintain a level of endurance and muscle stamina that you can do in a strength cycle. You just have to arrange it smartly. And the way I have always arranged it is I have warmed up with some calisthenics and cardio, not much, 10 minutes or so, lifted hard, heavy, and then cool down with some cardio, maybe even a little calisthenics too. That has been a system that works really well for focusing on that primary goal of adding strength and size while you still maintain some of your muscle stamina and endurance with the warm-ups and cool downs. And there's some days where it's a cardio day and you take a rest from lifting, but primarily it's set up like that. What's a good time for MARSOC swim and run times? I always try to get everybody on a run time of a 6-minute mile for a fitness test, whether that's a 1.5 or a 3-mile run, 6-minute mile. And then if it's longer than that, definitely somewhere between 6 and 7, closer to 7-minute mile for a 4, 5, 6-mile timed run. That's going to put you in good stead with the front of the class. Swims are same for anybody, yard per second, with fins and without fins. So a 500-yard swim, 8:20. 300-yard swim, 5 minutes. That's 300 seconds. Let's see, swimming with fins, 2,000-yard swim with fins. Multiply 500 times 4, 820 times 4 is probably what, 32, 33. That's good standard. That'll keep you in front of the pack. Let's see. My best is 725. Best in what? Best swim or best run? But can't even come close to it now. Just doing below 9 minutes. Any suggestion? Well, it depends. I don't know what your best is. Is that a run or a swim? I mean, I've seen 725 runs. I've seen more 725 swims. mile and a half. Well, here's the deal. I wouldn't worry about 725 mile and a half, be honest with you. I mean, that's record breaking. What else in your PT test isn't record breaking? Right? It's great to have a 725 run, but it usually comes with a cost of really bad on push-ups and pull-ups. Or you might be good at calisthenics, but you really suck at load bearing because you're a skinny little runner with no strength and no strength history to add durability to your legs when you're rucking or you're load bearing, putting a person over your shoulder and fireman carrying them. Those are types of things that you have to address as well. Yeah, you can focus and beat everybody on a run for a PST, on day one of a selection program. But can you make it through the first 3 weeks of the selection program when you're under a boat, you're under a log, and you're under a ruck, fireman carrying people? Those are that's the next thing that really matters more than a 7:30 run or a 9-minute run. 9-minute runs is kind of like the gold standard, be honest with you. He continues, my push-ups and sit-ups are not very good. Is there a way to keep my cardio at this level and better my push-ups and sit-ups? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, calisthenics and cardio go hand in hand together. Anytime you're focusing on muscle stamina and endurance, you can put those things together, and workouts of your creativity is your only limit, because they work hand in hand together. Now, trying to put on weight and trying to put on strength, that does not go well with trying to get better at running or trying to get better at calisthenics. It's a good foundation to build on and go into those higher repetition calisthenics and cardio things, but it's hard to improve in both of those worlds. So that's why I do, like right now, we're in the summer, we're all cals and cardio. We are focused on muscle, stamina, and endurance, running, rucking, swimming, high rep calisthenics. Now, we do some weight vest stuff, so we're adding some load bearing. We do fireman carries, things like that. So there is some load bearing still in there. Very little lifting right now. However, fall's coming, winter's coming, and we start lifting more than we're running and rucking and swimming. So we tend to drop down the endurance a little bit, focus on the strength. Still maintain our endurance with some warm-ups and cool-downs like I mentioned earlier, but we're focused on our strength in the winter. But yeah, absolutely. My advice, depending on what your PST is, I would definitely make your workouts look like that. Do workouts like this. If you want to crush fitness tests, here are 3 favorite workouts I like to do, and you have to put them into your own workout week as you decide, or you can buy a plan that, actually addresses all of this for you. You don't have to do any thinking. Calisthenics and cardio is probably where I would put you, just because it has a good beginner intermediate area where it looks like you are, and then you can advance into the advanced section. It's called Calisthenics and Cardio. Check it out. But read this article and you'll see this article right here. My 3 favorite workouts to crush fitness tests are pyramid, superset, max rep set, and how to use them. When's the next TFR with Jeff? You know what? I need to get in touch with Jeff. He and I have both been busy all summer. Got to get on each other's schedule. So I want to thank you for your service and great contribution to swimming, CSS. Good job. Well, thank you very much. To be more specific, should every ruck be at goal pace? Also, what about ruck pack? I jumped in with a 60-pound pack from my time in the fleet. I mean, I usually start off with about 40-pound packs, but I'm a 200-pound guy, so that's 20% of my body weight. Not a bad start. I would probably build up to 60 pounds, to be honest with you. But I would play around with 3 different paces when you ruck. And that can be all the same ruck. I mean, rucking, you want to invest some time in, at least an hour into rucking. And in that time, you can do 3 different paces, maybe even 4 if you want to play around with a 4th. But the 3 paces you need to know are your walking pace. Like what is your walking pace? Can you get close to that 15-minute minimum standard just by walking? Now, what's your power walking pace? That's like, all right, I'm focused on my walking really fast, and I'm not running, I'm just walking faster. Can you drop that into the 13, 14-minute range, just by walking faster? And then it's the shuffle pace, which is a short stride shuffle. So you're not running like your normal running stride. You cut it about 70% or about 50%. And you just have a higher cadence, and you're just looks like you're running, but you just have a really shorter stride versus a longer stride hitting hard on that, foot. You can short stride it and be a lot less painful on your feet. In fact, I personally prefer the short stride shuffle versus walking fast. I can walk and not get shin splints. I can walk fast, like power walking. I start to feel my shins not being happy with me. But if I just change it into a short stride shuffle, no pain in the shins, not very challenging cardiovascularly, and I'm somewhere in that 12:30 pace. Now, you could pick it up a notch, run a little faster, be at that 10, 11-minute pace, which is what really fast ruckers do. Some guys even break 10 and probably closer to 9. Seen a few do 8-minute miles with 50 pounds. So it's kind of up to you on how you structure that cadence in your stride. Hope that helps you. All right, what else we got? Yeah, so if you have to leave early, that's fine. You can always find these full Q&As over at YouTube channel. Just look at my live section. I do these twice a week, so there's probably about 100 in there at least. I've been doing it for over a year. So check it out. All right, let's see. I think I answered all the questions. All right, so I'm going to go. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll be back next week. Try to get in touch with Jeff for another TFR. See if we can come up with a good topic for you. Who knows? So until next week, you guys have a good one. Go check out StuSmithFitness.com. Save 15%. Using what? Live15 coupon code. All right. We'll see you guys later.